Oke, udah.
Hello, good morning everyone. How are you today?
Hi morning, I'm excited for today.
Hello, morning. I feel good today.
Hi, morning. I'm good today.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope you guys will have amazing day because for the next hour we will do a virtual city tour. But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Noni Fitria Solviani and my friend
Brakas Wahyu Ardianto.
who will be your lovely tour guide. Okay, before we start, could you introduce yourself please?
Hello, my name is Saka Putra. You can call me Saka.
Hello, my name is Rizal Abdul Aziz. You can call me Rizal.
Hello, my name is Ramadhani Abdulkarim. Nanti you can call me Abel.
Okay, this time we have two destinations. First, Gajah Mungkur Reservoir, and second, the Kars Museum. Without any further ado, let's get started. Enjoy your virtual tour.
Tour.
Gajah Mungkur Reservoir is the water reservoir located at Pokok Kidul in the Wonogiri Regency, Central Java of Indonesia. It was constructed by redirecting the Bengawan Solo River, the longest in Java Island, which originates from the Gajah Mungkur mountain. The maximum inundation area of Gajah Mungkur Reservoir is 8,800 hectare and covers the 7 subdistricts of Wonogiri, Ngadirojo, Muntoro Nadi, Baturetno, Giriwoyo, Eromoko, and Uryantoro.
Whoa, that is cool. What is the reservoir for?
Great question. The reservoir is used for irrigation, hydroelectric power, short of drinking water, tourism, aquaculture, and fisheries. Various fish may be found in the water. There are parrotfish, water pari, tawus, and patin jambal.
Where do visitors come from and what people usually do in that place?
Being a famous vacation spot in Wonogiri Regency, Gajah Mungkur Reservoir indeed has a lot of visitors, either from nearby village or other region. The thing is, tourists have a different purpose for visiting the site. Not only they can rent the boat and go fishing, but they can also find other facilities like water bike, banana boat, and speedboat. It's of differently talk. This is why everyone should carry enough cash when visiting the reservoir.
I think I should carry enough cash when I visit there. But what happened in the past?
There were a story in order to build the reservoir. Not less than 51 villages was drawn and more than 30,000 families were moved because their land and rice fields were flooded by the dam.
Oh my god, but what is the history of the reservoir?
Initial planning for the project began in 1964 with the intention of building a flood controller for the Bengawan Solo River. The final plan was formulated between 1972 and 1974 with the help of Japan International Corporation Agency. Construction required the flooding the 51 villages in the 6th district. Construction began in 1976 and the project was completed in 1981. The reservoir became operational in 1982.
Well, a great story. Okay, so to get there, I'm from Semarang.
For those coming from Semarang City, they may need to spend about 3 hours and 28 minutes to reach Wonogiri Regency. The distance is 169 km after all. After reaching Wonogiri, their next destination is Poko Kidul village. The destination is 25.4 km, so they may spend about 1 hour and 9 minutes to get there. It can be faster if they take Rayagiri through Patratno Street.
Wow, that was super cool explanation. Can't wait to go there when this pandemic is over.
Me too.
Me too. Oh.
I'm glad to hear that. Can't wait to be your flying tour guide.
Okay, let's move to Indonesian Cars Museum. People who live near Wonogiri Regency may have heard about Wayang Kulit Museum. Actually, another famous museum resides there, and the name is the Indonesian Cars Museum. The located is in Gerbang Harjo village, and it belongs to Pracimantoro sub-district.
I'm sorry, my internet connection is unstable. But what people usually do in that place?
There are some knowledge that you can get from there. As the name suggests, the museum store information related to cars and many miniature of replicas. The main visitor can take advantage of the museum to teach their kids about the world cars map, the information of cars and numerous phenomena related to it. Not only the museum is known among the local, but it has attracts many foreigners too.
Wow, that's amazing. What happened in the past until they built this museum?
In 2008, a decision was made based on a mutual agreement between the Ministry of Energy of Mineral Research, the Central Java Provincial Government, and the Region of Wonogiri to establish the Indonesian Cars Museum in Wonogiri. The Indonesian Cars Museum was finally inaugurated by President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono on June 30, 2009.
Oh, can wait to visit Cars Museum. What is the most favorite spot at Cars Museum?
One of the most favorite spots in Cars Museum is the prehistoric room. There are some activities that tourists can do, take a photos and selfie with any available object there, including the prehistoric human statues. As long as they don't cause any damage, they are good to go. Another important rule is that everyone should avoid littering at all costs.
Sounds exciting, but how to get there if I'm from Semarang?
A trip to Wonogiri Regency may take about 3 hours and 47 minutes if tourists come from Semarang City. It's because the destination is 176 km. When they arrive at Wonogiri, their next destination is Gebang Harjo village at Pracimantoro sub-district. This one may take about 1 hour and 38 minutes as the distance is 57.5 km. As for the best route, it's recommendation to take Pracimantoro Wonogiri Street.
I think both of those destinations are great. There are cool things what we can do and learn.
Totally agree. This virtual city tour makes me want to make this offline city tour.
I'm happy to hear that you guys enjoy this virtual city tour.
Thank you for your explanation. Our lovely tour guide. See you when this pandemic is over.
You are welcome. Thank you for your attention and engagement in this virtual city tour. Of course, until then, take care of yourself, guys.
Sure.
Sure.
Thank you guys. See you and goodbye.
Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Delaria. I will introduce our team. My name is Deriana. My student ID is V1221015. I'm as a tourist. Next.
Hello, my name is Anastrio Pintangan Prindo. My study number V1221009 as Turkit. Next.
Hello, my name is Diva Akati Putri. My student number ID V1221018 as a Turkit. Next.
Hello, my name is Yana Natayatri Apsari. My student number ID are V1221016 as tourist.
Hello, my name is Diki Silopowo. My student number ID V1221017. I ask tourist.
Hello, my name is Septinur Afifah. My student number ID P1221059 as tourist.
Good morning everyone, welcome to Yogyakarta. How are you feeling this morning? I hope everything is fine so that we can enjoy this exciting journey in Yogyakarta. I'm Diva and my friend Bintang will be your tour guide. Before you leave the hotel, I want you to check your belongings and make sure that you didn't leave anything behind. If all of you are ready, let's get on the bus now. The first place we are going to visit is Borobudur Temple. Let me tell you a little bit about our first destination. Borobudur is one of historical buildings in Indonesia and the biggest Buddhist temple in the world. Borobudur Temple is located in Magelang, Central Java, Indonesia. Borobudur Temple is built by Shalendra dynasty of ancient Mataram Kingdom in the 9th century. Not only become a well-known tourism destination to a lot of travelers around the world, Borobudur Temple is also included in UNESCO list of World Heritage Site. According to Buddhist philosophy, Borobudur Temple is an imitation of the universe, which consists of 3 vertical levels, namely Kamadhatu, Rupadhatu, and Arupadhatu. Borobudur Temple consists of 6 square floors and 3 circular floors, which arranged accordingly and make it to be stair like layers that you have to climb one by one to reach the top of the temple.
In the middle of the floor, you will find small stairwell with couples of stair connection each floor. You can use as a passage to go to the top. On each level of the floor, there are a lot of relief panels and Buddha statues spread around. Based on the data, there are 2,672 panels and 504 statues. There is dome located on the top center of the temple and is surrounded by 72 Buddha statues, each sit inside a perforated stupa. Just for your information, in 2018, the President Mr. Jokowi visited to Borobudur Temple. He said to us that the Borobudur Temple will re-rangers in the future. They say because the Borobudur Temple will be in entered the master plan travel future Indonesia. If you look in the Prambanan Temple, there are several unique facilities and places such as a mosque, the beautiful gardens, and an apple trees that are thousands of years old. By the way, about the myth of Borobudur Temple, if you place your hand into the stupa thought on one of its hole and you can touch the Buddha's statue, you will be able to make one of your dreams come true. It is famous myth in Borobudur Temple. Borobudur Temple is always visited by many tourists from Indonesia or other country. It's increased every year, so it is about Borobudur Temple.
Any question?
Excuse me, I have a question. Can you explain to me what is the Kamadhatu, Rupadhatu, and Arupadhatu?
Okay, thank you for your question. Kamadhatu is the foot of the temple, Rupadhatu is the body of the temple, and Arupadhatu is above the temple.
Excuse me.
And I wanna know, can you name the Buddha temples around Borobudur?
The temples around Borobudur is Mendu Temple and Pawon Temple.
Thank you for the answer.
Yes.
Excuse me. In what year was Borobudur Temple discovered?
Borobudur Temple was discovered by Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, the British Governor General of Java, in 1814.
And where is the geography of Borobudur Temple?
The geographical location Borobudur Temple is located in the village of Borobudur, Borobudur District, Magelang Regency, Central Java Province, in the state of Indonesia.
Thank you.
Sorry, pardon me. Budur as a holy Buddhist sanctuary is Nagrata Parma, written by Empu Prapanca. Who is he?
Empu Prapanca was the author of the epic poem Negara Kertagama, written in Old Javanese. It tells the story of the Majapahit Kingdom and other stories of ancient Hindu Javanese kingdom.
How about Prohibition Special?
The Prohibition Special start with the thoughts to pass, even step 1 to pass.
I see. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse me, can I give a question for you? The question is, how long is this tour?
The tour start at 8 o'clock and end at 12 o'clock, so it's about 5 hours you can go around the Prambanan Temple.
Thank you for the answer.
You're welcome. That's our virtual tour. Thank you for your attention.
Bye-bye. See you. Dadah, guys.
See you.
See you.
Hello, this is my English group consisting of my name is Alvina Putri Satyatama, NIM V122006 as tourist.
My name is Irene Restu, NIM V12211065 as tourist.
My name is Ahmad Ivan Syahudin, NIM V1221005.
My name is Andri Kurniawan, NIM V1221007 as tour guide.
My name is Gaski Yona Putra, NIM V1221058 as tour guide.
My name is Anisya Yolaningsih, NIM V1221008 as tour guide.
We will to start dialogue cricket and tourists.
Hi everyone, welcome to Solo.
Hello, I am glad to be here.
I am very excited to walk around the town.
Why don't we introduce ourselves so we can get closer?
Okay, my name is Anista Yulanese from Indonesia. This is my brother, Andri and Segara.
Hello everyone, I'm Alvina from London, then this is Ahmad and Irene.
We are here to be your tour guide in Solo.
By the way, have you ever been to Solo? Or this is your first time?
This is our first time in Solo, so we were really excited.
Yes, this is our first time in Solo and our first time in Indonesia too. Oh, welcome to Solo. Enjoy your time while you're in Solo.
Did you know that Solo is not the official name of the city?
What's the name then?
The official name of Solo is Surakarta.
Pardon, can you repeat once again?
Surakarta. Surakarta.
Surakarta?
Yes, Surakarta.
I can wait to walk around Solo.
What is the most visited place in this town?
There's a lot of interesting places to visit here like Kraton Kasunanan and Pasar Klewer.
And Triwindu Market, Mangkunegara and others.
Okay, for the first destination, we will go to Kasunanan Palace.
Wow, it seems interesting.
I can't wait to see what's in the Kasunan Palace.
Before that, may I not tell you the history of the Surakarta Kasunanan Palace?
Of course, it's okay.
Kraton Kasunanan Surakarta is a central Javanese kingdom ruled several centuries ago has become an icon of the city of Solo. It was founded by Pakubuwono II in 1744 as a replacement for the Kartasura Palace, which was damaged by the Sinetong dispute in 1743.
It's an area of about 54 hectares and there are many collections. The collection includes statues, weapons, and royal heirlooms. One of the interesting multi-story buildings is in Kasunan Place is the Sanggabwana Tower.
It is said that the tower is the meeting place for the Queen of the South Sea and the King. This tower was erected by Sri Susuhan Pakubuwono III in 1782. The 30-meter tower served as a place to watch over the dead during the period.
Is there a tradition in this palace?
Of course, in addition to the beauty of the palace building, the Surakarta Kasunanan Palace also offers cultural heritage tours such as traditional ceremonies, sacred dance, and music, among which the famous ones are Sekaten and Malam Suro.
Wow, culture in Solo is very diverse.
Yes, I'm very impressed with the people who still respect their local custom.
Me too, brother.
Alright, for the next we will go Klewer Market.
May I know that? What year the Klewer Market was founded?
Klewer Market developed in 1942 until 1945 and continued to grow until 1968.
Why is it called Klewer Market? Because in Klewer Market, the selling items are regular.
What is being sold in this Klewer Market?
Klewer Market sells batik. Not only batik, in Klewer Market also sell various kind of jacket, t-shirts, uniforms, and others.
May I ask again?
Of course, you can.
Where is the Kraton located?
So the palace is located on City Forest Street, Baluwarti, Pasar Klewan, Surakarta City, Central Java.
Oh, so the Kraton and Clever Market are close together? Yes, the Kraton and Clever Market are located close together.
Can you give us direction from the Kraton to the Clever Market?
Of course, I will explain the direction from the Kraton to Clever Market. So, we exit the main door, then turn left and continue straight until there is a fork. Turn left, we reach the Clever Market.
Thanks for the information and today's trip.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice
to meet you too.
Hello everyone, welcome to Solo. First of all, my name is Mirza and this is my partner.
Hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nita.
Here we will be your tour guide. On this occasion, we will visit 3 very famous and historical places in the city of Solo.
Yes, that's right. However, before that, please introduce yourself first.
Hello, my name is Misre and this is my friend Monique and Sheila.
Hello, I am Monica.
Hello, I'm Gracela. Nice to meet you.
Previously, we would like to thank you guys for wanting to accompany and help us to go around Solo.
Yes, of course. Alright, now we will go directly to the first place, namely the Surakarta Palace.
Palace? What is a palace?
Where is the palace?
Surakarta Hadiningrat Palace is the official palace of Surakarta Hadiningrat Sunanat, which is located in Surakarta City. This palace was founded by Sri Susuhunan Pakubuwono II in 1740 as a replacement for the Kartasura Palace, which was destroyed by the Chinatown Commotion in 1743. Apart from having the splendor of the Kraton Surakarta building, it also has an invaluable cultural heritage. Among them are traditional ceremonies, sacred dance, traditional music, and heirlooms. The famous traditional ceremonies are the Gerebek ceremony, the Sekatan ceremony, and the Wansuranek ceremony.
For the location of the palace, we are currently from the Solo City Harbor stop to the Kasunanan Surakarta Palace. Take the north direction from Jenderal Sudirman Street to Arifi Street. After that, we will meet the roundabout. From the roundabout, go straight to Pakubuwono Street. Then turn right onto North Alun-Alun Street. Then turn left onto Kamandungan Street. And we arrive at the Surakarta Kasunanan Place.
Wow, what a very nice place.
Yes, that's right. A very nice place. The building looks like it's been standing for a very long time.
Yes, this place is very interesting and impressive.
Yes, it's true that this place is very historic in the city of Solo.
Alright, after you know the palace in Solo, then we will go to the second place, which is no less interesting, namely Triwindu Market.
Triwindu Market?
Yes, Triwindu Market. This market is very famous in the city of Solo, and you must come to this place if you are in Solo.
What's going on at Triwindu Market? Is it far from where today?
The location is not far from the Kasunanan Surakarta Palace or Triwindu Market. Take the east on Kamandungan Street toward Melayu Kusuma Street. Turn right onto Iragan Street. The turn right onto Rexondel Street. The turn left on the Jalan Dr. Rajima Street. The turn right after Montana Shop. On the right onto Gatot Subroto Street. Then turn and we have arrived at Triwindu Market.
Well, now that we have arrived at the Triwindu Market, let's go around and see what is in this market.
Wow, I've never come across a place like this before.
Yes, me too. What exactly is this place?
Triwindu Market is a relic of the King of Pura Mangkunegaran. Initially, it was named Windu Jinar Market. As the development of Windu Jinar Market changed its name to Triwindu Market. It is called Triwindu because it was built in 1939 by KPPAA Mangkunegaran, 8 as the 24th anniversary or Triwindu of his reign. Triwindu Market provides a variety of antiques and ancient. There are ancient coins and paper issued in the 1800 masks, ancient plates made in the 1960s, frieze, batik, household utensils, and much more.
Oh, the stuff is very nice and antique. Are these items for sale? Can we buy this item?
Oh, of course. These items are trade and you can buy them.
These items are very interesting. I will buy them as souvenirs to take home.
Wow, very good idea. Please pause and buy as you like. After you shop, we will hit the original destination, okay?
Alright.
Alright, for the last place we will visit next. It is no less interesting than the previous place. The place is Kampung Batik Lawean.
The location is from Triwindu Market to Kampung Batik Lawean. Take the north direction to Diponegoro Street. Then turn left onto Diponegoro Street. Then turn left onto Slamet Riyadi Street. Then turn right onto Yosudarso Street. Then turn right onto Dr. Rajima Street. Then turn left onto Sidoarjo Street. Then turn right, so stay on Sidoarjo Street and have arrived at Kampung Batik Lawean.
Kampung Batik? Why do you highly recommend visiting Kampung Batik Lawean Solo?
Yes, because batik is one the typical Indonesian work which is very famous in Indonesia and abroad. In addition, the Lawean village is the oldest batik kampung in Indonesia. Lawean is also synonymous with the existence of cultural heritage building from the Pajang Palace 14th century until the heyday of the batik industry around 1900 to 1960 is the Batik Lawean village. There are various sources of batik product and handicraft. In this Lawean batik village, you can immediately learn to make batik briefly in various locations with artistic backgrounds. Sentra Batik Lawean has been recorded as a pioneer of the environmentally friendly modern batik industry since 2006 by applying a communal wastewater treatment plant.
In addition, at Kampung Batik Lawean, you can also enjoy culinary delights with unique and historic Lawean nuances. You can enjoy various cakes, drinks, and traditional dishes that have been passed down from generation to generation. And of course, You have to buy Indonesian batik as souvenirs.
Wow, very interesting. We can learn batik here. I will definitely try it.
Yes, the batik here is also very good and very beautiful. I'm confused which one to buy because there are so many choices.
That's right, the choices are endless. I'm so lucky to have come to a place like this.
You do not need to become wizard or the batik you like.
That's right, because this is the last place we will visit, so you think last it.
That's right. I cannot believe we're in Let's Spells and will end our journey solo.
It's a very sad thing, but I'm very happy because I had the opportunity to go solo, even if it was only for a short time.
I'm also very sad because I will part with you and I'm very grateful to you for taking the time come to Solo.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry if you made a mistake to me.
My friend and I also say thank you because you guys have taken and accompanied us during this solo.
Thank you very much. I will definitely come back to visit Solo next time.
Alright, we will wait for your return. Goodbye and see you again.
Goodbye and see you.
Bye and see you again.
Oke, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Izinkan saya dengan teman-teman saya untuk mempraktekkan tugas dari UAS Bahasa Inggris. Pertama-tama kami akan memperkenalkan diri. Nama saya Gilang Effendi Yusuf dengan NIM V1221028 sebagai tour guide atau pemandu wisata.
Saya Galuh Ayuning Marda dengan NIM V1221026 sebagai tour guide.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Faryana Kusuma Wardani, NIM V1221025 sebagai turis.
Saya Duvin Kawida Harwanda dengan NIM V1221019 sebagai turis.
Saya Gang Baradharma Arabai dengan NIM V1221027 sebagai turis.
Hello everyone, my name is Galuh Ayuning Marda and this is my friend.
Hello, my name is Gilang Effendi Yusuf. We will be your tour guide for today.
Hello.
Hello.
Today we will visit one of the famous tourist attraction in Yogyakarta. We will go to Malioboro and tourist attraction in the vicinity.
Have any of you been there before?
I've been there before when I was little.
Really? How about you guys?
This is my first time here.
Me too.
So, Malioboro Street is the name of one of the three streets in the city of Yogyakarta, which stretches from Tugu Yogyakarta to the intersection of the Yogyakarta Post Office. Overall, it consists of Margotomo Street, Malioboro Street, and Margomulyo Street. This road is the axis of the Yogyakarta Palace imaginary line.
Malioboro Street is very famous. There are lots of people selling and lots of stalls too.
What do they sell?
There are many people who sell batik cloth, and handicraft, typical of Jogja.
Is there anyone selling food too?
Of course, lot of food for sale, including the gudeg typical of Jogja. Do you like gudeg, guys?
I don't like it because it's too sweet for me.
In my opinion, gudeg is very delicious, so I like it.
I've never tried it. I think I will like it. Other than gudeg, what else?
There is a variety of traditional food. There are even meatball, soup, chicken, noodles.
And there are also many hotels around Malioboro, so we don't need to be confused about looking for lodging.
Wow, this will be so much fun.
By the way, there are also a wagon and pedicab. If you want to go around Malioboro, you can take a wagon or pedicab.
Really? I want to read it so I don't get tired.
Yes, of course. And if you want to buy souvenir, there are many options for you.
What kind of souvenirs do they sell?
Such as bracelets, cake, clothes, necklaces. Malioboro is also close to the station, so if you take by the rain, it will be easy.
Okay, there are also many other tourist attractions around Malioboro. If you pass through the Jenderal Sudirman Street, you will definitely see a monument in the middle of the road. Do you know what monument it is?
It is Monument Tugu Yogyakarta.
Alright, so Tugu Yogyakarta is a monument that is often used as a symbol or emblem of the city of Yogyakarta. The monument which is located at the intersection of Jenderal Sudirman Street and Margo Utomo Street has a symbolic value which is a marginal line that connects Parangtritis Beach, Panggung Krapyak, Yogyakarta Place and Mount Merapi.
This monument is very crowded by tourists. They usually take photos with the background of this monument.
Wow, interesting. Is the location between Malioboro and Monument close together?
Yes, as you can see on the map.
Around the monument, there is also a cafe, so you don't have to worry if you hungry or what.
Oh my god, this is an amazing place.
By the way, if this monument is in the middle of the road, can we go to the middle of the road?
I don't think so. Now it can only be on the side of the road. The monument is already surrounded by a fence, so we can get close.
Oh, I see. Thanks for the information.
Yeah. After Malioboro and Monument Tugu Yogyakarta, we will go to the Yogyakarta Palace.
Yogyakarta Palace is the official palace of the Ngayogyakarta Hadiningrat Sultanate, which is now located in the city of Yogyakarta. This palace was founded by Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono in 1715 as the newly established Yogyakarta Palace due to the spirit of Islamic Mataram with the Giyanti Agreement.
Is this palace wide?
Of course, the core area of the palace is only 13 hectares, but the total area of the Yogyakarta Palace is 184 hectares, which includes the entire area inside the Baluwati Fort, Lord Square, Kidul Square, Gelatak Gate, and the Yogyakarta Gede Mosque complex.
Then, is this palace still residence of the Sultan his family?
Yes, this palace building complex still functions as the residence of the Sultan and his palace household, which still carry out the Sultan's traditional to this day.
Wow, it's so interesting.
If this is a palace, is the building unique?
Of course, this palace is one of the best examples of Japanese palace architecture, having luxurious halls and spacious grounds and pavilions.
It would be very good if we took photos there.
Yes, tourists who come on average also want to see an amazing building, and part of the palace complex is a museum that hosts various collections belonging to the Sultanate, including gifts from European king, replica of palace heirloom, and gamelan.
If we go there, do you pay the entrance ticket?
Yes, starting at the price of 7,000 rupiahs only.
Wow, the price is very cheap to see the various beauties of this culture.
Yes, of course.
Next, we will visit Parangtritis Beach. This beach is one of tourist attraction in the city of Yogyakarta. It feels incomplete if you visit Yogyakarta without a trip to this beach.
Really? Where is that place?
I think I've heard that before.
Yes,
Yes.
Parangtritis Beach has become a tourism icon in the city.
The location of this beach is in the Kretek sub-district, Bantul region. It's 27 kilometers away from the city center. We only need 1 horse to get to the location of Parangtritis Beach.
It's quite close.
Yes, from Yogyakarta, Parangtritis may be reached in 2 ways. Through Kretek village or the longer one but more well-established road through Imogiri and Siluk village.
How is the view at Parangtritis Beach?
The view of Parangtritis Beach is very enchanting. When the left is a high elf, while on the right we can see a larger rock ready to withstand the onslaught of the incoming waves. The beach is clean with white from grading gray. The sand on the beach is white. There are rocky hills and sand dunes around it.
Wow, sounds beautiful and so natural.
That's right, I want to see it.
Me too.
Well, besides being famous as a recreational spot, Parangtritis is also a sacred place. Many people come to the beach to do meditation.
Really?
Yes, up to now, this area is remaining function as the place to perform the traditional ceremony called Labuhan.
Parangtritis Beach is believed to be the embodiment of the Trinity of Yogyakarta. Namely, object, icon, or other things that are very attended to the mystical in the city of Jogja. Trimurti consists of Mount Merapi, Parangtritis Beach, and the Yogyakarta Balance, which acts as a balance between the two.
Wow, this beach is very interesting.
Yes, I agree with you.
If you are hungry and want to enjoy food while looking at the beautiful view of the beach, around the beach there are many restaurants, so you don't have to worry about that.
This must be so much fun.
Right. Where are we going after this?
Too bad our trips end here. Parangtritis Beach is the last destination we visited.
So sad.
Thank you for visiting this city. See you next time.
Thank you for using our service.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being a tour guide on our vacation.
Thank you, today was fun.
Oke, sekian video yang bisa kami tampilkan. Kurang lebihnya kami mohon maaf. Billahi taufik wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.